Okay, says we're streaming. I kind of sit here and talk to nobody while I kind of make sure that the stream's running. So I might as well just tell you about Patreon. And if you like what you see today in this live stream, please consider contributing to Patreon. We have probably about 9 patrons at the moment, and get around $40–45 per video, and there's 4 videos a month. Contribute $1, $2, $5, and become part of the gang of down-to-earth modelers. Today we are going to work on combining all of our dioramas that I've been working on over the last year. The shipyard at Foss diorama and the Builders in Scale Tidewater Wharf diorama are going to, well, I'm pretty sure we've got everything hooked up right. Let's get over to where we are working at and just get this happening. Because we want to keep these videos pretty entertaining. So I'm listening to the tunes, my nice Bluetooth speakers that I scooped from this boy. We're going to change cameras from, as usual, lots of troubles on our setup here. My name's Ron Perry, and if you like what you see today, chip in $1 or $2 to patreon.com/Ron Perry to help us to get better equipment that doesn't go through these issues. So today I'm going to try to keep my butt out of the camera. I've got to move this microphone over to where we're working. And let's just get this going. I got the chat window up so that if you have something to say in the chat, go for it. Don't move the computer, the plug will come out. So earlier this year we started by building this diorama, and after we came back and built this diorama, and we're going to put them together on this piece of drywall board with this piece of foam in between the two. So we're going to have foam that goes like this, and they're all going to glue together and connect to the board on the bottom to create a 5-foot by 3-foot module. Yeah, we're probably going to have to fix this truck. But the first step about this is we have to glue these pieces down. It's a real windy day outside, and I'm going to be throwing my little Bluetooth speakers on so I can listen to some tunes while we're doing this. And let's just get at this. So I'm going to put these modules or these dioramas out of the way. We only had them there for demonstration. I'm going to put this one on after I take these off. I'm going to put this up in the rafters too. Ah! Okay. Okay, so there we go. Clean slate. Gotta measure this out. Now what I want to do is let's move our microphone here so that you're looking at me and maybe listening to me. So we want to put a 1-foot wide piece of foam in between the two dioramas. So my first step is to find the middle of our board. We're an 1/8 inch short of 5 feet. So we're going to do a 1/16, less than 2.5. So that's 6. Now after we have this measurement here, we want to measure 6 inches on each side, because that's going to be our center spot. So we're going to go 6 inches here, 6 inches. Actually, we really only need to do the one side. So we're going to go 6 inch there. So actually, that's probably going to be okay. So we're going to have to put glue there. Now I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue for this. Just going to do a quick check on how video's coming. Working great. Perfect. So we're going to be using a product called Gorilla Glue, the foaming stuff. Now they've got a clear stuff now. It turns out white, and I tried that this time. My roof actually may blow off the house this morning, and you know, if that happens on camera, I might actually get insurance. I don't know. So to make this Gorilla Glue work, if you have two objects, say a piece of glass, and you're trying to glue it to a rock, you would put this stuff on a piece of glass because you want it to stick thoroughly to the solid object, the non-porous object. And that's really important when you think about it. So in between the foam and our board here, this is our solid object, so we'll be putting the glue down on here and spreading it out a little bit before we move to put the foam on. So let's just get this stuff down and happening as quick as possible. So I want to have a nice bead towards the front. I want to stick down nice there. I also want to stick down nice beside the other piece of foam here, and then along this back line in the front and this edge here. It'll come down the middle. Now you really don't need a super amount of this stuff. It foams up and it will do everything we want it to do once we add our water. So now we've got our foam down, and we're going to spray take our styrofoam blocks, and we're going to spray the water onto the blocks, because the water really is the piece that actually gets our glue to activate. And I'm going to put my foam onto our line. No, busy. put these down. We'll be back in a minute. So after a few hours, we have our foam blocks that are attached to our board here. And this first diorama doesn't have any LEDs in it. This diorama does, so we're going to have to cut some holes into this side. I don't know if you can see it over here. We're going to have to... My handy dandy little monitor doesn't work anymore. So that's that. So now that we have everything together, we can kind of place our modules in the module, I guess you could call it. So we have that one. And this one, like I said before, has to get some LED wires pushed down in between. And this one goes on our middle seam here, I think. I think that's how it works. Our next step, hopefully you can see all this stuff. Your camera there. Our next step will be to glue in these pieces into the module permanently. We'll get our wires fed through the bottom of this. And we'll be back when we are ready to glue these two dioramas onto this base. But before we do that, I just wanted to say, when I designed these two dioramas, these two were right beside each other. This piece was not there. And I was working on this pilot model and decided that, you know, it'd be nice to move these structures apart because it seemed like they were right beside each other. And then I had the building over here, and I was like, well, these buildings are too close to each other now, and we have this set over here now like this, and it kind of gives each structure its own spot, so I like that. I've got a cat who's freaking out behind me in the window. Let's show you. Yeah, he's a bugger. So we're gonna let that cat in, and then we are going to cut the holes over here for our LED lighting to go through the base. So we'll be back in about an hour. Okay, with our 3 holes drilled for our lighting, we are going to, oh, this is tricky. Okay. The problem I'm having is that to make this nicer on the camera, a better video, we've got this set up on chairs, and we just got to give it a nice sturdy surface to glue down to. There we go. Okay. So we still need this piece to prop up our board enough to be able to pull our cables out. This is going to be tricky on camera, just my style, I think. So we're going to keep the glue around the outside as normal, and then we're also going to put a bead on the foam here and here. So we'll start off a nice bead. Now when this foam foams up, it'll spread out to probably about 3 inches. Okay, that should be good. You don't really need a lot because this stuff really does glue like crazy, and if you just experiment with these glues, and after a time you figure out that they actually are very good at what they do. So it takes about a half an hour for this stuff to set after you add the water. So we got to get this done fairly quickly and then weight everything down. Which reminds me, I'm not really prepared for that either, but that's okay. So, first step is to get our diorama here. We're gonna lift it up. We're gonna put water on the base of it, the bottom of it, all the way around on the foam and on our piece of drywall. Now this is a piece of 1/4 inch drywall. I'm using it because I found it somewhere in a closet around here. I don't know if it's a great product to use for these things, but I imagine that it's going to fit nicely onto a 2x4 frame when we get to that point. Ha! I think we've got. Okay, that's tough. Whew. Okay. There we go, we got that. We got this. Okay. This isn't the easiest thing in the world. If you want to come over and help, you can start at any time. Whew. Whew. Okay. I get over here. Pull this out. I can come over here. Okay. Everything's through. Put some weights down. Okay. Okay. When working on models, you gotta think on your feet. Here's an example. There we go. Okay. One more clamp. Where are you? Ha. Last part of the day. Got to cut down this top layer here. Seems to be getting in our way. Oh, much better. Much better. Okay. Last piece, and then we will move on to maybe, I don't know when the next live stream will be coming out on this project, but they will be semi-regular, meaning once or twice a month. I have our Patreon campaign has moved to the next level, meaning that we have made it above $25 a video, and I'm going to start doing live streams more often because of that. You know, if I'm getting this much support, I might as well be doing something for it. So, and this layout is all about, this is about a future project that's going to be talked about fairly regularly, but I'm keeping it under wraps. Only my close friends really know what I'm talking about, or people who are local to me. One thing I forgot to do was put some of this stuff around the outside, so we're going to have to do that right now. So the Patreon campaign is enticing this project forward, and I see the Patreon campaign really doing a lot more than that, because, you know, if we make it past the next goal of $100 a video, we'll be doing a live show each month, and of course I don't need $100 per video to do a live show each month, but this is leading up to this secret project that is going to have a fairly big expense, and it's all about spreading the hobby to new people locally where I live. So it's kind of important to me, so I'm going to keep it under wraps, what it's all about, until we get to the $100 level on Patreon. So if you like these videos and you want to see more videos like what I do, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. That's at Ron Perry, or patreon.com/Ron Perry, if you are so inclined. And if not, you continue to watch all the videos for free, maybe just not some of the live streams that we have. You might not get notified of that. Then again, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you probably will get a notification to that. Sorry for walking in front of the camera. So, let me get in here on the shot and say thanks for watching. If you like these videos, check us out on patreon.com/Ron Perry. Hope you didn't mind all the rambling in the show today. I'm just trying to do some raw modeling videos. I've been called down to earth too many times, and you know what? If that's the way it should be, the way it should be. Tell me what you think of the video. Is it too down to earth? Should we put a song and a dance in it or something? And then what should we call this video anyways? Or the video series? What should we call this diorama, this whole module? What should we call it? I'm not really sure just yet of what it should be. So, give us a comment, give us a like, subscribe. Show some support. Do a song and a dance yourself. I don't know. Talk to you later.